Hey guys, welcome back to Oathbound Gaming. Today we're looking at Myth of Empires, and this is going to be a very, very in-depth look at it. We're going to be looking at everything you have to know about Myth of Empires, how the features work in it, the good, the bad. At the end of this video, I'll go over what I don't like about the game and what I would like to see improved. We'll go over everything from gathering to crafting to character progression to building, all the stuff. You're going to learn everything you need to know about Myth of Empires here. So, before we get started, I'm going to do three quick plugs. One, if you do at any, I'm not gonna ask you to even subscribe right now or follow or upvote or anything. At any point in this video, if you go, all right, I like this content, throw us a sub, but you have to like it first. Wait, watch it. If you like it, throw us a sub. Always appreciate that. A lot of MMO content coming. Second plug, we are streaming a lot on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Oathbound Gaming. It's gonna be down there in the channel thing. Join me on stream sometimes. We always talk MMOs, talk Myth of Empires, talk whatever you want. And then lastly, guild. We will be recruiting. There's our guild's called Orenthal. It's going to be a link to our website down there. New website coming up soon, and all that good stuff. So let's get started. You're here for Myth of Empires. Let's do this. As you see, I timed this video quite well for the day transition, the day-night transition. It was night, and it's transitioning over to day right now. I am a decked-out character right now. I'm in very heavy gear, pretty much the best gear in the game that's available right now, but there will be higher-end gear later on. Right now, I'm chilling with guild member Sai. It's only the two of us in this test right now. We have a horse and stuff, but I'm going to simulate what it's like to first start off. When you first start off, you're going to be naked on wherever you pick to spawn. There's going to be like 5-6 different areas you pick to spawn, and that's going to put you somewhere in this map. Later on, there'll be a lot more places to spawn because this is only 30% of the map right now. They estimate 30%. I mean, it's pretty much accurate. So this clouded area is not in the map yet. That's about, I guess, 70% of the map right there. And all of this is our playable area right now. This is on a PvE server. And I will explain why you cannot start on a PvP server. You have to actually progress to that. And I'll show you what I mean by that later. I'll show you how that happens. So, to start off, we're going to be naked to start off. I guess, whatever. I'll do that. I'll get nakies. We'll be naked. I guess I'll take my shield off and all that good stuff and show you kind of what you're like. You'll be without weapons and stuff, and when you start off, you're going to want to gather a little bit. You pick up your rubble. You can Minecraft this thing if you want and punch trees, and you'll actually eventually get a branch. You'll see like on the left side. There you go. I got some branches. But the branches are on the ground as well. As you roam around, you'll find them in the grasses, on the ground, wherever. But you'll find them, there you go. You'll find some branches, stuff like that, and a bunch of rocks. So when you first begin, you'll come here and you'll notice you'll have very little things you can craft. This is a lot more filled because this is a character that has unlocked a lot of recipes, right? So when you first come in, you'll be like, okay, how do I make my basic tools and stuff like that? Your basic tools are your stone hammer, your stone axe, and when you're looking at this, you're going to see the cost of your craft, right? Shows that you need straw rope, rubble, stone, perfect stone. So if you see that rubble, stone, perfect stone in that first line, it means you need any of those or a combination. On the right side, you'll see the number 6. It means you need a total of 6. For rubble, stone, and perfect stone, you'll see I have that number 2 on the left side. That coincides with rubble. So rubble's in the first spot. That 2 is in the first spot. So I have 2 rubble, 0 stone, and 0 perfect stone. But all you need right now is 6 rubble. And one of the questions you might have is, well, does it matter if I use perfect stone? It doesn't. It does not matter at all. So you can use the lower end stuff. Right now it's raining. You can maybe see it a little bit when I look up. So you'll see a glossy look on a lot of stuff on the ground, on my bald head, just like in real life. You'll see like a glossy look on it when it's raining. And I like that. It's a nice touch, and that will go away as the rain disappears. So you'll see it change a little bit as our rain vanishes. So we're looking at the, let's say, stone hammer. You'll see we need straw rope, right? We'll scroll up to the top. You'll see straw rope here. It's going to cost 3 grass. So let's make that our next goal here is to get grass. So right off the bat, you're picking up grass, you're picking up stone and wood, right? So we got our grass. You'll see I'm looting on the left side. You'll get locust and seeds sometimes out of there as well, because there's also farming in the game, which I'll show you a little bit of too. So we're going to craft 1 straw rope, but if you ever wanted to craft more, if you have a lot of materials, as you drag this, it'll start like you know, going up in number. I can only craft 1 extra, so that bar only goes up to 1 anyway. But eventually you might get to you know, you might be able to craft 100 ropes if you've been gathering enough. So we'll craft a stone axe, and you'll see the stone hammer. I don't have enough materials for it. So how do you unlock recipes? While we're here, we're going to look at that. If you go to the recipes tab at the top here, you'll start at tier 1. I know this might look really daunting to first look at, but when you first get in, you're not going to have your stone axe and your stone hammer and your straw rope unlocked. You unlock it through these recipes, and you get points by leveling, and you spend these points to unlock recipes. You'll see I have 36 remaining points. Let's say I want this wooden rake. I click that. You'll see a point is now spent. You cannot respec these points, but currently in the game right now, you get more points than you can ever possibly spend. So you're good to go. But eventually, they're going to add a lot more stuff, so the game might have it, so you know you can't really possibly learn everything. But right now you can. So you'd learn your stone axe, your straw rope, and stuff like that, and you'd be able to start crafting it. So we crafted our stone axe, right? And you'll see I can pull it out, swing it, and this is obviously meant for cutting down trees. It's not a really good weapon. So we're going to actually gather a little bit more here so we can make ourselves a hammer as well. And I'll show you why you want a hammer. It's for mining or getting stone or stuff like that. And we'll get some more of these. We should have that extra rope. We crafted 2 of them, right? What else do we need for these hammer? Or this hammer. And at the top, you'll also see like there's a way to like sort. So you can very quickly say, okay, it falls under the weapon category. So you can quickly find that hammer. So we need a little bit more stone and branch. We'll go ahead and craft that. Now, one thing I want to show you on the crafting real quick is you don't have to actively craft, which is great. I love that. I'm personally am not a huge fan of crafting and gathering. I like fighting. I like killing things. I'm more of a combat type of dude. But as you see, when I start the stone hammer craft, it's going to move to the right side where the crafts happen. When I leave, at the very bottom right of the screen, you'll see that timer down there for the stone hammer. Bam, it's done. I just got a stone hammer. So there it is. So stone hammer, I can drag that to the bar as well. Pull it out, and I can mine away. I could go ahead and hit this, and you'll see I'll get a lot more rubble. Later on, you're getting copper and iron, stuff like that. And you'll notice one other thing. Mine skill just increased. Experience I gained. So anything you do in this game will give you experience. Pretty much everything. Almost anything you can think of will give you experience. I have a bow here that I crafted before. I'm going to use this to shoot something real quick, just to show you what that's all about. So there's a deer over there. As I use bows and stuff... Whoa. As I use bows, my character's accuracy will get better. As you saw, his shot went way left. But as... There we go, 2 shots. He'll probably get away, but... Ooh, close. Oh. Got him. All right. So as you use the bow, you'll see my archery skill went up. And I switched from a crossbow to a bow pretty much for that specific reason. Personally, I found that I enjoy the bow more, but it also levels a lot quicker because it's a lower level than my crossbow is. And as I use it, it will level, and I can unlock more skills with it. More passive skills, not like active skills. So here I'm chopping down a tree. You'll see I'm getting bark, and I'm getting timber and stuff. And one of my questions was, I wonder if the tree will fall. And it will. But it does not kill you. It'll fall, and it'll disappear shortly after. But you can kind of like deforest an area, and it will regrow. So you'll see it'll phase out a little bit. You might have an opinion on that, like, oh, I like it or hate it. Personally, I don't really care. So, skills and talents. We're going to take a look at that now that I talked about how you leveling up your anything, leveling up your archery, your mining, your axe, your horse taming, horse riding, everything. Like, everything in this game, you can pretty much level. So, we're going to look real quick at, let's look at agility, bow, right? So, as we use our bow, we will level. This blue bar goes, it'll fill up, and then I'll go to level 13 for bows, because I'm at level 12 right now. And you see down here that there's levels down at the bottom. This yellow bar represents the level 12 I have. But as I get to level 150, you'll see the proficient archery 1. Bow stamina cost is reduced by 30%. That's something you can unlock. Now, on the right side, you're going to see our talent skill points. We get these points by doing anything. Any sort of leveling will pull talent points into your character that you can then spend to unlock these talents. So I purposely left this one. It's unlocked, but it's not acquired yet. I didn't actually learn it yet. So you'll see, like, I'm past that level where it unlocks, right? But I didn't spend the actual talent points to unlock it. And you'll see it requires 30 talent points to unlock it, right? So at level 5 archery, it's now able to be obtained, but I still have to spend those 30 talent points. And that's nothing, obviously, from this character at this level. If you take a look at the right side, talent skill points are about to drop 30 when I left click. Bam. So now my bow firing spread will be tighter. It'll be less of that crazy wild, you know, see, shoot to the left. You know, I flew way to the left when I was trying to shoot that deer before. I could try to shoot this. Boom, I got the fox, actually. He's dead. I was able to shoot through the bushes and kill him. So that's how this works. And at the very top, just so you guys can see everything, I'll show you everything here real quick. One-handed, shield, two-handed, polearm, heavy armor. So if you wear heavy armor and run around with it, you'll level heavy armor. And one way you can tell is on this side here, how to get proficiency. Suffer attacks or stamina loss while wearing heavy armor. So if you sprint around and lose a lot of stamina while sprinting, while wearing heavy armor, you'll level heavy armor just by wearing it around. And of course, getting into fights if you take attacks. Shields, you know, you block attacks with shields, your shields will level. One-handed attacks, one-handed weapons. Attack and block with one-handed weapons, and that will level your one-handed weaponry. Which, of course, this bar will start to go up, and you can unlock a whole ton of more stuff. So, at the top, we have 5 sections, with each of them have 5 things in them. You know, throwing knives, your bows, your crossbow, riding horses, light armor, physique, your physical type stuff. Like this will increase your maximum health, your max fullness, because you do have to worry about hunger in this game. Bare weapon, bare knuckle fighting. If you don't have weapons on, so barehanded fighting stuff. If you want to do that, bam, you can get that too. Mining, cutting wood, which will result in more materials from that. If you level wood cutting a lot, you can do that. There's hunting, planting, crafting, if you craft anything. Siege. This is about siege weaponry. There is that in the game as well, like your catapults, your ballista, stuff like that. Offensive or defensive type stuff, because you could have them up on walls, manning like a ballista from a defensive type of thing if you're getting sieged by enemy players. Building, this is like building anything, any structure. Armor crafting, obviously making armor, and then medicine, you can unlock new recipes, and they're stronger. Your heals are going to be better, right? Command. This is about the NPCs that you recruit to your team. When you have them on your team and you're fighting alongside them, you're fighting with them, this will level up. And that is a feature in the game. You can find NPCs and recruit them forcefully or like willfully. You can like recruit them, be like, here, you know, here's the meat you want. Sometimes you'll run across them and be like, hey, anyone that feeds me, I'll join their army. Here's some meat, and they'll join you. Or you could forcefully recruit people by like knocking them out, and you tie them up somewhere, and they eventually join your side, join your crew. Drills. There's ways to have your units practice combat and learn, you know, get better, and your level will come up on this. This is recruiting. It's just if you subdue warriors, your recruiting will go up. And then taming, this is your horse taming, because you have to tame horses. You don't just like buy them or get them somewhere. And then renown. Renown is based off your achievements, not Steam achievements, although they could be linked at some point. This is still considered like pre-alpha, or alpha pre-early access state on Steam. There's a Steam page for it, but you can't buy it yet. But you'll see some achievements, and they do appear here. As you unlock them, you'll get renown, and renown's actually important, because I'm going to show you the next way to level your character or progress your character is nobility. Nobility is a whole nother system besides what I just showed you. As you get enough renown, you're going to click these tiers here and click promote. When you get enough renown, you'll get a, I guess, rank, you can call them. So the first one starts off here, and it does nothing. But the next one will say, hey, you know, 2.5%, that's increased health. The next one is still the 2.5%, but also increased range damage, slashing damage, and blunt damage, 2.5%. And the next one has more stuff, more heavy armor, light armor, riding, and shields, everything. So it starts going up like crazy until it gets to a crazy, crazy high-end max one. So eventually you can rank this up as well. So we have the leveling up of your skills, of your mining and your axe, your bow, one-handed, whatever. Then you're spending your points to unlock recipes so you can get more equipment. Then you're spending your talent points to unlock passive stuff in anything, weapon, shield, crafting, gathering, all that stuff. So there's a lot of ways to progress the characters. One last thing, two things actually, I want to show you is, let's say you really like two-handed weapons and you want to specialize in them like I did. You'll see, what the heck are these 4 circles here? Or little dragon symbols at a 5. And you'll see proficiency is times 7.3. That means instead of the 1 times that polearm has, the base, it's going to level 100% experience I'm going to get. This is 730% experience, however you want to look at it really, or times 7.3. I'm going to get that much more experience while using two-handers, so they'll level a lot faster, right? And in addition to that, it's character experience as well. So whenever you do anything, not only does like the gathering level the gathering, mining levels mining, it also levels your character. Anything you craft, anything you kill, you do anything, your character will also level, and that's what's going to help you reach higher levels to unlock higher recipes. So copper ingot, you see, requires level 9, and then the bronze armor is level 12, so you'll eventually get to that. But these circles here, you want to specialize in something you really like, bows. For instance, if you hit this plus here, you can increase the expertise of this talent. On the right side, you'll see I have 3 expertise points. You get these points while leveling as well. These are very important, and they are limited. So, you can level everything to max, everything. But how fast you can do it is going to greatly differ from one player to another, because if I specialize in two-handers, but you don't, I can level that nearly 10 times faster than you can, because you didn't specialize in it. And that's okay. Like you're not going to be able to specialize in everything. And you're not going to be able to specialize across the board, like fill everything out. So some things are going to be more difficult for you to level than someone else. But you can both reach the same state in it. You can both reach max. So, let's spend a point in bow, right? Proficiency times 1, 1.64. You'll see one of my expertise points went down. Do it again. 2.7. Let's do it again. My last point, 4.44. So, I will get a hell of a lot more experience now if I successfully hit something with the bow. I'm sorry, horse. You'll see the archer skill just went up to 13. Archer skill went up to 14, so it's going up a hell of a lot faster right now. That was a horrible shot. It's going up a hell of a lot faster than if I didn't spend those points. So if you want to specialize in something, you know what you want to do, you can certainly do it, and just do it a hell of a lot faster than someone else who didn't specialize in it. And bam, deer down. So we got experience for getting that kill, and the archery went up. So, one last thing about character growth. I promise, last thing. Arts. Arts are something you can unlock by doing treasure map content. Now, treasure map content can be a specific area you go to and do a fight, or you do an instance. Don't get scared by the word instance, because I know people are like, oh man, you can sit in an instance all day and grind. You can't. A lot of people hate instances. This is a video I already recorded previously because we're not going to have time to do this. So here, real quick, I'm going to pause this video. At the bottom, you see treasure map. I'm showing you guys what that is. That is, it says, okay, max level 2. Max players 2. It's a level 30, and the treasure type is instance. So that is going to bring us to an instance, right? And it gives you the coordinates and everything. If you right-click the treasure map, you can say map marker, and it'll mark the treasure map location on your map, and you want to go towards that. And at this portion of this video, I'm already there right now. So you need to work your way into that instance. And I'm going to be fighting a bandit. I'm going to work my way in there. But we're going to speed up through this real quick, and we eventually work our way up to the instance area. And we verify treasure map. And it says, hey, you know, make sure 2 players are standing in the range of this thing. And when this bar fills up, it's going to port you 2 into the instance. Bam. So it's going to port us in there like that. And as soon as we load in, before I even get a chance to like really get my bearings, a crazy bear rushes us and does nearly all my health and damage. So I almost die here, and the bear is quite tough. At the very top, you'll see the instance time left. So you have to kill the bear in that time to complete the instance. And by the way, this is wearing the best gear in the game. And the character's level 31 versus level 30. 2 hits brought me down to like maybe 5% health, give or take. 5 or 10% health. So ended up fighting him, healing up with bandages around the corner. We wailed on him for quite some time. 2-handed axe. 715 slashing damage as he passed by. That's actually quite a lot. There is also like momentum in that as well. You'll find that you'll do more damage as enemies like charge you. So because I hit him on the charge, instead of doing around 250 damage, it did over 700. So that's just a little tidbit of information for combat thrown in there. So I'm going to fast forward this real quick, and I promise you I got a point on why I'm doing this, why I'm showing you this now. But eventually when we take down this bear, when you harvest his body, you'll get these things. I'll call them things. They're like scrolls on the left side. You'll see like I'm getting a whole ton of them, right? So I'll show you what they are in the inventory real quick. You'll see like, hey, you get 5 points of hard as steel experience and all this stuff. And when you right click and learn them, I will close this and go back to the real game. This is no longer a recording. It's actually me playing. We go to the arts section. You will learn these things. So you'll see like Heart of Steel. That's one of them I showed in the video. 5 out of 30 Heart of Steel. So when Heart of Steel is complete, you'll unlock something else. I don't even know what that is, but it's another way for your character to unlock additional kind of like passive talents. And if you go to tactics, they're also from the same location, same thing. Killing that bear, we got tactics as well. But if I left click them, it'll already show you they're a little different. So increases warrior's attack by 5% when there is a warrior on the team. There's a little typo there. Game's got a little bit of work with some of the text. It'll get there. But that means this is now active. This does that. And as I get more scrolls of that, that should get stronger. That will level up. Broken blades. Blunt weapons have a 1% chance to seriously damage an enemy weapon's durability. So that'll get even stronger. It should be higher than 1% as it levels. So as you do this treasure map content and go along the entire world map trying to complete these, you can unlock additional passive talents for your character. Excuse me, a lot of talking. Drink. All right, so let's move on. Enough about character progression, right? Told you this is going to be an in-depth video. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn a lot. All right, so we went over that, the skills, talents, recipes, all that stuff. Oh, real quick, recipes. Before we leave recipes, I want to show you the vastness that is the recipe system real quick. We have like building stuff, you know, wooden walls, wooden foundations, so you can build yourself a house. You have campfires, torches, cooked meat, which I'll show you shortly what that is. Your armor types, your weaponry. You'll start getting into your bows and your crossbows, your arrows, your horse armor, your horse saddle, wooden shield, all this good stuff. So tier 2 will be even more recipes, but higher end stuff. Now you're starting to get stronger weaponry rather than your basic stuff, like stuff made out of a bone axe we have here, right? But we also have great axe. Bone axe is a one-hander used to cut wood. You can fight with it, but it's weak. You have your broad axe is going to be used. You're going to create that with some bronze ore and stuff like that. But tier 3, we go up. We have the bronze hammer, which is a better mining tool, a better axe, bronze axe. And then we have broad axes, great axes, all that stuff. And then tier 4 is empty because it's just not in the game yet. So you start getting better equipment and better structures as well. You'll see stuff like the warrior camp, where your warriors can rest, and you have forges, and there's the clay stove and the stone mill and all the stuff you need to craft your higher end stuff. You'll unlock that as you progress and as you level. And this stuff is strictly locked to your character level. So it's not like, oh, I need to level my armor smithing to craft higher end armor. It's not like that. It's character levels. So as your character levels, you can spend the points in what you want to craft. So I'll be like, okay, I want a long hammer, iron hammer. You just start unlocking these things as you level and reach the appropriate level to unlock them. There's a throwing knife I can unlock, and I can craft those. So enough about that, enough about the recipes and stuff. Real quick before this deer's body disappears. So I'm going to pick up some more twigs on the way, some branches. When you kill something, you can hit it with an axe, and you can get hides, you can get meat, you can get, is it antlers? Yeah, like the antlers from them and stuff like that, and you can use it to craft things. Hides used for armor and stuff. There's bone, which you use for your bone axe, and you get upgraded stuff. So we have meat here, right? We can starve to death. I already have a ton of cooked meat, but at the top left, you'll see my hunger bar. The hunger bar might seem like it's going down slow, but the more stamina you use, which is the yellow bar there, the faster your hunger will go down. So the more active you are, the more hungry you're going to get, right? So I already have a ton of cooked meat, but we're going to drop that. We're going to risk it. We're going to starve to death if we don't have food, right? So we want to get branch, rubble, straw rope. So we need 2 straw rope. We'll craft 2 of those right now. Let's just get ourselves a bunch of rubble and branches and stuff, so we can get that a lot faster by hitting rocks rather than picking up the little rocks on the ground, because we already got ourselves a hammer, so we can be a heck of a lot faster, right? So we'll go ahead and do that. There we go, making progress. And again, as you see, I'm getting experience. It's showing me what loot I'm getting on the left side of the screen. Hopefully my webcam's not blocking that too much. No, it's not. It looks good. So you'll see I'm getting experience, getting rubble, all that stuff. Pick up some more grass. We have Sai over here who's laying down on the ground with 2 horses, one for him, one for me. So this actually means he's logged out. If you log out, you do lay down on the ground, and you can get killed. That's a warning. It's a good example. So I will go over here and hit some trees because we need more branches. Again, you could always pick them up in the ground if you want. But again, we have an axe, right? So we can get all sorts of stuff quicker. Branches, bark. You'll get hardwood depending on what stuff you cut down. So, and then that was an animal, of course. That was a deer. I've never heard a deer make that sound in my life, and I live near a whole ton of them. But different types of trees can have some different results. Like I said, so that was just like branches and stuff, and bark on the other one. But this is the same. So eventually you'll get to some crafting recipes that require like hardwood and perfect wood. But again, you see the branch, rubble, straw rope. Those can be used for the campfire. We're gonna go ahead and make ourselves a campfire, but we're gonna need fuel for that as well. We need to burn something in there to cook, right? So I'm gonna get some additional branches and bark right now while this crafts. And again, that's what I love about the crafting system in this game, is I don't have to sit there and, you know, for an hour or a minute, 5 minutes, whatever it is. I can keep doing my thing while that crafts. Again, if you take the bottom right of the screen, I know the webcam is reversed, bottom right of the screen, you'll see that that's about to finish. Bam. And then on the left side, you'll see I got experience for crafting that, and I got the campfire. Campfire's in my inventory. I'm gonna right click and left click twice, place that down. There it is. And now you can see there's different recipes in here. Cooked locust, which is just great. Just, I can't wait to eat cooked locust. And then cooked meat. So the raw meat, if I double left click, it's going to put that in the inventory of the campfire. So that's no longer in my inventory. That's actually in the campfire's inventory. Then I'm going to need something to ignite. Requires fuel. Okay, let's put some branches in there. Bam. So now that that's lit and there's cooked meat, there's already raw meat in there, I could say cooked meat. I want to craft more. I want to craft all 42 of them, and that's going to craft. Now I can go on my day, let that craft. Go gather some more stuff. Maybe I get that started, but that's not enough fuel or something. Well, go get more while that cooks. Looks like Sai is back in the game. Oh no, he is not. He's still on the ground there. I don't know if he'll be coming back, but if not, that's all right. We'll grab a horse and go about our business. I'll show you the rest of the game. All right. Branch. So put some more branches in there so this can continue to cook. So as you see, like, it's just cooking the entire batch of it. There's 37 left in the batch, and as it cooks, it's going over to the cooked meat pile, and it's also creating ash as the materials burn. Tip, if you're trying to get a lot of ash, which ash can be used to create herbal plaster. You see it at the bottom there? That helps you restore some health. And then there's bandages, which are higher end, which is used from cloth and stuff like that. Food also does spoil. As you can see, rotten meat, you can create poison with it. Kind of cool, so it still has a use. But if you want to get a lot of ash, here's a tip. Bark does not last long. So you can actually pull out anything higher and just use bark because it'll burn real fast and create more ash quicker. And I've done that before. You know, you're farming ash to try to get a lot of healing materials so you can go fight, right? So as I'm hitting this, I'll let that cook. But you see my hunger bar is about halfway. If that does run out, you do start to die. So, oh, I didn't pull any of the meat out, so let me go back and grab some of that meat. 13 cooked meat. I can grab that. I can put that on a bar if I want, so I can just hit that. I can hit number 7 that it's on now. Another thing you can do is put it back in your inventory. So those are actually additional inventory space down there. It does save inventory, but you do get more bars of inventory as you fill this up. So it's not like you're limited on inventory space anyway, but if you want a little more clean, you know, cleaner look, you can do that, and it's quicker access. So if you click something in your inventory, you can just hit E to use it, but be careful because you can eat raw meat or rotten meat, raw meat, and get sick. Same thing with locusts, you'll get toxicity. I'm going to eat one of the locusts right now, which is amazing. You'll see my toxicity went up a little bit. If that goes too high, you will die. Don't do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my my armor back on because I like to be a tanky boy. I'll put the armor back on. I'll put the shield on. You'll see the shield is on my back. One cool thing about the shields, I love being a tanky dude. One thing I really like about the shields is eventually you can get a talent that reduces the damage you take by 10% just for having the shield on your back. You could be using your two-hander, pull out the two-hand sword, go to town, and as long as that's on your back, you can take 10% less damage. So it's just cool system like that, you know? Some cool talents in there. That is an axe. That is not a hammer. Don't wanna axe the rubble. If you look at the action bar down at the bottom, you'll see these little yellow bars above each tool. That is the durability on each item, and it will go down as it's used. So you do have to craft the same thing, you know, multiple times as you use it, as it gets lower in durability and eventually breaks. Some things you can repair for less materials than it costs to craft. But right now, not everything can be repaired, and I don't know if that's their design decision, like they plan to do that forever, or eventually they'll make sure everything can be repaired. I don't know. But anyway, as you can see, we have enough meat. We have 25, which is enough. It might not be enough, but I don't want to stand here all day and wait for this. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to pull this out. We'll take this with us just in case we need to cook some more. This sort button kind of just fills in any gaps. The one thing I don't really like about it is it doesn't organize anything. So if you do anything like that and hit sort, it's not in any particular order. It just moves everything to the empty slots. So that obviously burnt out because I pulled out all the full fuel, and it's got nothing to burn now. So it's out. It's gone. And on a PvP server, you might want to do that. That's a dead giveaway that, hey, there's someone there. So you're not going to have a horse right off the bat, but I'm going to go ahead and grab my horse because it's mine and I earned it. And you guys want to see what the riding's all like or all about, right? So I'm going to go ahead and leave Sai there. I hope he'll be okay. Good luck to you, Sai. Apparently his internet went out. So we're supposed to do this video together, but that's okay. I'm gonna show you guys everything anyway. It doesn't matter. He's got a horse. He'll be all right. He gets back in. One other thing, the horses do have to be fed. You could put things in their inventory that they can eat. In fact, let me show you real quick before we get too far, because I also want to check to make sure he's doing good. Sorry, because they do have genders, and you can mate them and get baby horses and you know, get more horses. They do follow like a lineage where like the stats of the two parent horses do matter for the baby, and you can get a stronger baby horse because they do have attributes on themselves. You can see his fullness, like how well he's doing. I have hemp in there that she will eat, that will keep her fed. So you just put it in their inventory and you can leave them for days. But if you're offline, they can starve to death if you don't give them food. In addition to that, horses level and get skills and all this cool stuff. So you can get stronger horses by just continually using the same horse, making them stronger, and then mating two strong horses together to get a potentially even stronger horse, you know? And they'll have more abilities available because when you look at different horses, there'll be different abilities here. They won't all have the same abilities. So increase turning speed, increase acceleration, press S twice to come to a quick stop. Some pretty cool stuff. So look at that. Horse will not slow down when stamina is lost, but will instead lose HP. That's pretty crazy. That definitely has its uses. Increased defense provided by armor. Increase health recovery speed. Whole ton of, oh, there's max health, stuff like that, because your horse can get killed in combat. Now, if you love your horse, you treat them well, and they get strong, and then they die, are they gone forever? No, you can have a stable and you can bring them back. So you can invest a lot in your horse, and thankfully you don't have to lose them and say goodbye forever, because they could be your pet forever. You can just, or your buddy, your companion. Maybe they're more than a pet, and you can bring them back. You know, they can be with you forever. So, mounted. There's mounted combat, obviously, as you just saw me swing. You can come up alongside another enemy player, you can come alongside animals, this deer, and you can run them down. This horse is not the fastest horse in the world right now. It's pretty basic right now, but it can level up, it can get faster, as you can see, better turning radius, stuff like that, and it would be able to run down the deer no problem eventually. And as you can see, the turning radius is not great, especially with the heavy armor on the horse. You could take the armor off, make them turn quicker if you wish. I just hit a rabbit. Rabbit got my way. That thing would be dead in real life, but we are playing a video game. So, passing by here, we're passing by someone's structures. This is a player-made structure. Might as well take a tour of this real quick just to look at it. I'll show you mine eventually, but he's got some cool gates and stuff. He made his pretty tall. You'll see he's got horses in the stable. And one of your questions might be, can you steal his stuff? On a PvP server? Yes. And even on a PvE server to some extent, you can if they are keeping stuff in an unprotected area. And by that I mean, for instance, they're leaving it in stuff that's not locked, like chests and stuff. Like if he left this open, he might have unlocked chests in there, then I can just go in there and steal all his stuff. So, he's smart, he closed his stuff. But he does have a farm here. I could steal some of his stuff. I'll steal half his farm. I'll leave the rest for him and his horses. But I promise you, I'm just stealing just to show you guys. I'm not normally this bad. I am. I'm going to put more hemp in there, show you guys how that works. You just drag it in their inventory and they're good to go. I did also get hemp seeds as well. Oh, that wasn't even half their farm, because they have some more stuff too. What is that, like rice or something? They got other stuff planted there. Here you'll see their NPCs that they're training. These are guys that he recruited via various methods. Could just be forced, or he like recruited as like almost like a mercenary. And they're gaining experience as they work on these combat dummies, you know. And one of them's in there. Roger Tita is apparently one of his dudes that he named. And over here we have some NPCs, which is cool, because I wanted to show you guys this as well. So we go over to the Vagrant. That's what they're called. And you'll see this one says, hey, anyone that gives me something to eat can be my lord. If you say, recruit, he wants a wooden helmet, apparently, to eat. So, they're not all working correctly with their dialogue, as you can see. But this guy says, hey, give me a wooden helmet, and I will join your squad. I'll be a part of your crew. So I could craft one and give it to him, and he will join. Usually when they say, you know, anyone who gives me food, they actually want raw meat. Not this one, though. But since I don't have the stuff to recruit him, let's say we cause some trouble. Let's do it. Let's do it. So we're gonna go ahead and whoop these dudes into shape. Not into shape, we're gonna kill them. So I can block here. As you can see, I'm blocking right now. I have a heavy shield, heavy armor. I can block for quite some time, but this does use the shield durability, so I don't want to let them do that for too long. But I can shield bash for some damage, and when you're outnumbered like this, that is pretty safe. But I way out-level them, and I out-gear them, so this is quite easy. I'm going to try something right now. I'm going to get on my mount real quick, and I do find that you get on the mount a lot faster if you go on from behind the mount. So that's obviously hurting the horse. I'm gonna pull out my one-hander again real quick, because I want to show you something. Oh, he's throwing stuff now. Now he's throwing crap. So I'm gonna use my one-handed weapon, and you'll see I'm gonna have some difficulty hitting this guy. Pretty hard. I didn't land a single blow there. Now we're gonna pull out the two-hander. And voices get a little annoying. That's my guy going, "Huh." He's trying to tell the horse to slow down. So this guy's getting a little stuck here, I guess. But I am kicking the crap out of him. You want to try to do it like... I can kill him right there, no problem. But I'm gonna see if I can do this in an action type of way. I'm gonna try to make this cool. Ready? Okay, no, it's not cool enough. I need some speed. I need some speed, right? Let's try to drive by. So the turning radius would be really important as you level up your riding skill and you get a better horse. Your turning radius is actually quite important, and you can swing left and take that guy down. I got him! I got him! Did a little drive-by. All right. So we got off the horse, and we're going to take a look at what they have. They have some cloth. And we're going to take a look at this one, and he's got some copper mine. Some copper ore, that is, but I think it's a translation error. That should get better with time. Which is, you know, something you'll notice in the game. The text is a little whatever, but that's not even something I care about at this point in the game. It'll get fixed. So, those guys are done. They didn't want to join me willingly. They said, hey, pay me. I wasn't having any of that. I didn't like that attitude problem, so we took them down. You guys saw that. Saw the attitude they gave me. I definitely didn't kill 2 innocent people just cooking some food by the fire. Alright. So we're going to move on here. One thing I wanted to show you guys is how the heck do you get a horse? So, you'll see here, there's something called fodder. There's two ways to get it. Or two ranks of it, not 2 ways to get it. There's a handful of fodder and delicate fodder, which is better. So you see grass, straw rope, bark. Let's get some of that. I'll dismount here. We do have some bark, but we're going to get ourselves some grass here. Do we have any straw rope made? Okay, I got chrysanthemum instead, which does make a nice tea. Not in game, in real life. Speaking of which, iced tea. Alright, we're getting some grass, and we got some hemp from there as well. One question you guys might have is, hey, what if you lose your horse or leave it, what happens? Well, there are little symbols on the map that will show you where your horse, where you left your horsies. You'll see one of them's over here, because that's where Sai is logged out. His internet went. But I'm gonna leave that horse with him, so he can take that. They're actually both my horses, but you can let a guild member use it. You can leave it with him, and as you see, Sai's gonna use it. My hunger bar is getting kind of low, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat some meat. And let's take on a boar, shall we? This is going to be very easy because it's only a level 6. As they get low health, they do try to run, so I could easily finish it off right there before he runs off. But I'm going to intentionally let him run so I can fail with my bow. Got him. There we go. I don't actually want anything from him. I just wanted to kill him. What the hell, we might need the meat, though. Maybe we can recruit someone with meat later, so let's get some more meat before we leave. Because if you're going to kill an animal in the wild, you should use every part of the animal, right? You gotta survive. I am not much of a hunter. Okay, I'm not a hunter at all in real life. What am I kidding? I don't have the heart for it. But in a video game, gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, so we were trying to fodder. We want to show how to get a horse. I'm probably going to fail the first time I try because I'm going to make a weak one. I'm going to make just a handful of fodder. You normally need more than one, but we'll try. I want to show you guys what taming looks like. It can take some time, but this video is all about learning everything about Myth of Empires that you possibly can learn. So you're ready to go. You didn't get a test to try or a chance to try this test, but you want to be up to speed just in case you get a next test. I hope you do. And maybe I'll see you there. Maybe you end up joining the guild and we go wreck it up in Myth of Empires together. Okay, handful of fodder crafted. You see we're getting some hardwood from this tree, which can be used later, and it lasts quite some time if you burn it, which is good. You know, it's a good material to farm up some when you have the opportunity. There's a white horse over there. Looks beautiful. Let's get this fodder. I'm probably gonna mess this up. But let's see. I might need more. Let me take my armor off so I can be a little quicker. Get a little nakies here. You see I'm holding a really big bundle of vegetation that I crafted for the horsey. So he's only level 13. My horse is like, they're over level 30, so this one shouldn't be so bad to get. But I could take this and... Uh-oh, he's turning. We don't want him to see us, which is crummy because he turned a bit. That's going to suck. It's probably going to spook him. Yeah. Damn it. So he's going to run off now because I spooked him. But you saw he was trying to eat the fodder. So he will actually eat that, and you should be able to sneak up on him. You're supposed to be able to, but he did turn to face me a little bit, which made that way too difficult, unfortunately. So, can I craft another one? Let's craft another thing there. We're going to need more grass and bark. Let's get some grass. We're going to craft another one right now. Down, I'll be able to sneak up on him like this. But if you do spook them, it's not too bad. Eventually they stop running like this, and you can try to sneak up on them. But it looks like my craft, it probably will not complete in time. He's probably got to turn around on me, which is why you really do need to throw them out. There. Nah, man, don't look at me. You see nothing? Ooh, I might luck out here. Maybe. Maybe. Alright, we crafted this. We're going to go ahead and put this on our bar real quick. We're going to select it and chuck it. Hopefully he sees it and goes for it. That might have been too far. Oh, lucky me. Damn, horse, go for it. I think he does see it. Yeah, he's going for it. But the better fodder will hold him there longer. He'll eat it a lot longer. Like right now, I might have enough time to get him. Come on, let me... No! Ah, damn horse. Uh-oh, I know my problem. I didn't bring my reins. You need reins for that. I'm stupid. So, I actually did that successfully, but I didn't have the reins needed for it. So you have to sneak up on them, and you do need to bring reins, which I should have had, but it requires more rope, and I didn't bring any with me because I wanted to, you know, go bare bones so I can show you guys what you're getting yourself into, what this game is. So let's do it. Let's get some more. Let's get that horse. Let's make that white horse ours. So we're going to need more grass. More grass. More straw rope. I think we're going to need one more grass. That should allow us to make the reins. We're going to go ahead and craft our reins first so we don't mess this up again. And then we are going to need some more grass and one more straw rope. And we will have ourselves the fodder. And this time the reins to actually tame this thing. Did we lose him though? Where'd he go? There he is. This is going to be a long video. But that's what we're here for, right? We're here to do the complete. Teach you everything. Alright. We're going to need one more straw rope in order to create ourselves the fodder. We're going to start crafting that. We do have our reins. We're going to go ahead and put that on our bar just in case. There we go. You see our reins are in our hands a little bit. See it in my left hand there? Some rope. And we have 6 seconds left to craft the fodder. I'm going to go ahead and throw that in the action bar. We'll see if we can... Let's see if we can divert him to the left just a little bit. Hopefully he doesn't turn to face me, which is exactly what he's going to do. This horse is too smart. I'm feeding him. He's playing me for a fool. Let's see, as soon as that starts to fill up... Oh, you... Got him! There we go. Before he can run across, I ended up grabbing him. So, I'm on him now. So, if I let go of my keyboard and mouse and stuff, he's going to run a little wild. He'll go kind of wherever he wants, which is fine for the most part, as long as he doesn't run you into like a bandit camp and stuff, or a bunch of wolves. There are wolves. There's also bears. Be careful. Beyond that crazy instance bear I showed you earlier, that level 30 crazy one, there's other ones. There's some foxes, there's rabbits. So, you're probably wondering what the heck's going on here. So, there's a problem, as the bottom, as you can see at the bottom, it says horse limit reached. So, I can't actually tame any more horses, which sucks. But, I'm going to try something. I have never tried this. Ready? So, we see we have 3 horses here, right? I'm going to try to say... Let's try to release a horse. Okay, we released a horse into the wild. Let's see if this lets me... Yes, okay, it's letting me start... I'm starting to tame this one now. So if Sai ever logs back in, he's going to be without a horse. Don't tell him. Sure, he'll find out. But that horse of his, I just got rid of it. So I'll have to get him another... I'll give him this horse, but one thing you're going to need is a saddle as well. You see you need straw rope, cloth, and a bunch of hide. So you're going to need to kill some animals and harvest... harvest them with the axe and stuff, and you will get hide, and then you'll get cloth from enemies and from creating it from hemp. You do need like a loom to create the cloth, so before you have that, you might be better off just straight up killing enemies to get the cloth. So you see that yellow bar filling up? That means I'm taming this horse. When this is done, we will have ourselves a new horse on the team. We're going to show this real quick because the servers actually are going to be coming down permanently for this test very soon. So I want to show you guys the rest of this real quick. Right after this horse, I'm gonna run down towards our housing plots and stuff, just so I can show you stuff, show you what all that's about, and you get to see all that before the servers finally come down for the remainder of the alpha test, because this is the very last day I'm recording this, and then hopefully we can get into the next test maybe, and you and I, whoever's watching this, maybe we... Oh, there we go. See that right now on the horse? The horse is trying to actually buck me off. You have to spam left and right mouse button. If that red bar got to the full extent, he would kick me off, and that would be the end of the horse taming. He would actually run away. You'll also see my taming skill is actually going up. So you shouldn't really be looking in these menus while taming a horse, because he might actually be bucking you off and you can't see it. So your taming goes up. You can get more horses, which is good. And you see actually my taming here is actually leveling. You know, it's increasing level. It's going up a lot because I'm currently doing that. So your horses will actually get some buffs as you do this as well. And you can get more horses, and that's good for your units as well. So you might be you playing with the guild members, and Sai might use my horse, but I want another 2 because I have 2 units trained with me. You can go all out together. They can all come with you to go fight, you know? So that's good to have. Good to have more horsies, right? So this is almost done. When that reaches when that yellow bar completes, we will have ourselves a new horse, and we'll be good to go. And there we go. You get to name it Oathbound Gaming. Bam. It's gonna bug out, I know it. Yep, it's just named horse. I'm pretty sure the name's too long, but there's no error for it. It just goes, screw it, we're gonna name him horse, bro. You can always rename them and stuff. So you can check your horse's stats and stuff in the menu. But we are gonna go ahead and run real fast before the test ends, because I want to show you guys some stuff. We have about 13 minutes. Let's see what we can do. So we're gonna run, and we are gonna set ourselves a marker on the main map. I'm auto running right now, which is cool. My horse is running. I'm gonna set. See, this right here is our bed. I'm gonna make a mark, and I'm just gonna name this house. And you can name it set as a guild marker, so your entire guild can see it. There it is. So we know where we're going. We know how far it is, and we're just gonna go. Kick back, relax, grab a drink, and ride. But if you're on a PvP server, head on a swivel, you know? You want to keep your eyes open. There's a player over there, actually, with that over his head. But that's a friendly symbol, because we're on a PvE server right now. Unfortunately. I really wish we were on a PvP server. There's a reason we're not. Should I do that now? Let's do that now. While we're riding, I'm going to show you why we're not on a PvP server. So, this is a guild right here, right? And it's guild level 2. As you play, your guild gets activity experience, right? And you can see the guild activity. I'm stuck. Guild activity is at 51,000 in that window, right? The guild leader, or whoever he sets the appropriate rank to, whoever he like promotes to the rank, will be able to spend this guild activity, because it's technically a currency while also being your experience for the guild. So you can spend it to unlock new recipes for the guild, or level the guild. And it's very important to level the guild to level 2, because you actually cannot leave the PvE server until your guild is level 2. Earlier in the video I said I'm going to talk about the stuff I don't like about Myth of Empires. We're going to get that. We're going to get to that. We're going to get there. This kind of falls under that. We'll get to that. But I just want to show you the guild system without throwing my 2 cents in there. I'll show you what it is. There's just 2 members in the guild right now. You can see how much they contributed to the guild activity, what their level is, whether you're a part of any alliance, what guilds are under your alliances, all other guilds in the list, and all that stuff. There's a lot of guilds from the Chinese test still on the list as well, where they got to like kind of like remain in here and carry a lot of stuff over. So they have a whole ton of progression. But guild skills. You can use your guild activity to level up guild skills. Remember our character progression? Well, we have the same stuff here. The same exact tree for the guild. So let's say you're like, hey, I really want my guild to be a little more tankier. I'm going to level this up. 1% HP boost to everyone in the guild. 2%. 3%, hopefully, if it levels. 3%, there we go. So it'll level, and you can get that for one-handed swords, two-handed, stuff like that. Like, you can... If you join a strong guild, you're instantly more powerful, because they have a crazy amount of buffs for their guild members, right? So, I really enjoy that. I like when there's a lot of guild-oriented features in the game. I like that. I think that's a cool system. In addition to that, we have guild buildings that you can only have if you're part of a guild that unlocks it. Level 2 guild, relay post. You can travel to other counties using this relay post. Relay posts also allow transporting items, horses, and warriors. We are in a county. This map is a county. You can own this county as a player as well. You can own that. Your guild can actually run this county. You can own it. People can come siege you if it's a PvP server and try to take it from you. There's going to be a ton of counties in the game. Right now for the test, there's only like 3 in the US server. So, ton of counties, right? And you can own them. You can own them with your guild. And in order to go to the other county, you need that relay post. You need a level 2 guild. Level 2 guild getting there requires about 40 to 50 hours of gameplay with 2 players. If just 2 players are doing it, 40 to 50 hours of gameplay. It's a lot for 2 players. For an actual size guild, you can get a lot done. Now, your wheels might be turning in your head a little bit. Isn't that a little Zergish? We'll get there at the end of this video. We'll talk about things, the problems I see in this game. So, lots of guild tech. Ballista you can put on your walls to defend your castle. Catapults you can siege with. You got battering rams, siege towers, a bunch of lumber yards, quarry, granary, mine, stuff that helps you gather more resources for your guild. And then while we're traveling to my house, I'm going to show you guys this great wall over here. It's not just a wall, though. It is a fort. It's a keep. It is massive. And it's pretty impressive. I really do like that something this big is in the game. You can actually own this. You can take this. You can go in there and siege this bad boy. Because that's what Guild Siege is going to be like. I'm going to get a little too close for comfort. Ready? So this is owned by NPCs right now. So players can go take it. They can build their own stuff on there. You can actually see some NPCs on the wall. And I've had a run-in with this city before. They know me quite well. You see? They know me. They're gonna send some. They're gonna send a nice little gift basket if I get too close, and I will die. in one hit. So you do have to be careful. I do have some footage of me losing one of my friends to a boulder to the back of the head. It's actually kind of funny. But the server's got about 7 minutes left. We are going to run to the house here and just show that off so you guys can see exactly what that is. See the horse get a little slow sometimes when his stamina gets low. At the top left, to the left of my character's image, you can see his stamina bar. See that blue bar? As I slow down, it'll go back up. But, you know, when it gets low, he gets winded. And then the yellow bar is the horse's health. Because, again, the horse can die. You can bring them back. If that happens, you can go over water. And we're going. Alright. We have about 6 minutes, getting down to the wire here, getting pretty close. But I'll be able to show you exactly what I want to show you. We saw the farms, right? Someone planted a little farm. I stole a little bit from it. Took a little bit. Left the rest for him. But the server's going to end. Progress is going to wipe after this, so not a big deal. I don't think he'll cry about it. Or even notice. So we're almost there. We're making it. Almost there. Alright, we're at the house. This is my beautiful house that I definitely didn't spend way too much time making. Oh, it looks horrible. Whatever. So this is the house. We've got about 5 minutes left. Just drove my horse right through the wall. I actually have two doors here because of I'm gonna put my armor back on. Because I can't get that horse out without the second door above. So here we have a bunch of torches running, so the place is well lit. Horse is saying hi. And these are storage. These are wooden cabinets that actually have storage. There's a whole ton more maps in there and stuff. Materials, your ore, stuff like that, whatever. We have a whole bunch of stuff banked, right? One of the nice things about this is you can set a password. We'll set it to big butts. And in order to unlock this, you will need to actually know that password to get into it. Otherwise, you won't be able to get the material out of it. But people can break your stuff. They can come in here, they can siege your stuff, they can break it. You'll see like everything's got durability on it, and it'll get broken if people come in here and try to siege it. You can't just siege it with like normal stuff, like normal. You actually need siege weaponry and stuff. Otherwise, you can't do damage to it. Insufficient siege strength, you need more advanced weapons. But if they come with better weaponry, you'll notice that when I do this, it'll say I dealt 0 slashing damage because this is my own stuff. But it's not telling me I need stronger weapons. This will work. So you can come with strong weapons and slowly break down people's doors and get in there. We have some crops here as well. We grew inside, which does work. And you can close the door so people can't steal your stuff. So a whole bunch of stuff here, a bunch of structures where you'll smelt your ore. You'll make your cloth. You'll make your armor sets in the tailor bench and horse armor. And this is for some more advanced stuff. This is your casting oven. I like to call it the casting couch. You'll make your higher end weaponry, like your battle axe and stuff, and forging table where you make even more advanced stuff. So one of the weird things about the forging table is you can make, let's say we make this anti-cavalry saber. You forge this, it takes 12 minutes and 30-something seconds, and it took my iron ingots and the hardwood I have in here. But this one's already done. We already pre-baked this thing. You then have to take the mold over to the tempering pit, put it in here, and you need rubble and branch. Some things take both, this one only takes a branch. And then you hit confirm, and done already. So, what's the point of that if that takes 2 seconds to do? What, like realism or something? I mean, it doesn't really take 2 seconds in real life anyway, so I don't really understand the point of that. Just a little bit of like a redundancy. It's like you do a 13-minute cast or creation in one thing and bring it over to something else for 2 seconds. It's just a little weird. Just a little bit of a gripe, I guess. But anyway, you can build the houses how you want. This is all like pre-placed, not pre-placed, I'm sorry, individually placed stuff that like I had to manually drop this there, and I'm not a builder, all right? This stuff was a nightmare. I was not having a good time. This is not my forte. My forte is beating people with weapons and killing them and stealing their stuff. That's my specialty, all right? If you need that done, call me. You need a house build? Call someone else, all right? Get a better contractor. So here I just made a wooden ceiling. They call it a ceiling, but it's really used for like everything. Half of my floor is made of ceiling, but clay. So I just placed this, and what do you know? Wooden. But it's wooden, so it's a lot weaker. Enemies can actually come here. If this wasn't mine, I'd break this thing real fast. But the clay foundation stuff is a hell of a lot stronger, and that's the strongest there is right now, clay. The server might shut down on me. It might just kick me off if they're exactly on the dot. If they are, so be it. We'll just talk. We'll talk about the bad of the game that I really don't enjoy. Right here, this is one of the guild structures. It's a guild workshop. You can craft a whole bunch of stuff that you need. And here you'll see Magistrate Seal. You'll need 300 seal fragments and 1 broken seal. You get these by killing enemies, enemy NPCs. And if you get enough of them, you can craft that, and you use that to claim ownership of the county. This entire map where everyone is playing is the county. You can own it as a guild. You can be the owner of that county. And then you could also siege that fort and own that fort as well. Here we have a relay post that we crafted. Hopefully I get some time to place this thing. Let me move it outside. I'll just place it here. This is a relay post, and you can use this to transfer your stuff. Say, hey, I want to transfer all this. I'm gonna put all my stuff in there and blah blah blah. And you can actually transfer your warriors and your horses. You're too far away. I'm not able to transport. I think I'd have to get my horse and bring him a little closer. We'll see if that works. If not, whoop-de-doo. But you need that in order to transfer from a PvE server to a PvP. So you cannot start on a PvP realm. You need to like earn the right to go there. You know, so cross server transport. There we go. I should be able to transport him. There we go. I put Darwoo up in there, and he's now in the horses for the transport. And there you go. So submit all this side. Should then put everything in there, everything you want to bring with you when you go to another server. So that's our relay post. And then if I hold E on that, we could do a cross server transport, character cross server. You can see that. And when you choose that, you can say, hey, where do you want to go? Where do you want to transfer off of your county? So Chang'an is where I'm playing, and this is where I am on this one, and I can transfer to a different one if I want. I can go to Yangsuo, which is the PvP realm, or I can go to Changling, which is another PvE realm. You can also go to the EU servers if you want, and your ping's obviously going to be higher. You can go to the China servers and stuff. That is a little bit of a concern to me, is that you can have crazy Zerg guilds from other countries they don't even care about the ping. They could just roll over to another country's server and just be like, hey, let's just swarm of locusts type of stuff. I personally think you should be limited to your region, but it is what it is. But if we go PvP, we say, hey, you have dispatched horses into battle. Okay, I can't go because I have horses that are in battle, which is this one, but we can say, hey, I'm going to release that horse, and we should be able to do the transfer. We'll be able to transfer from... So, again, I'm in the Chang'an realm, but there's also a Chang'an county. But we're going to go in the Chang'an realm to the Yangsuo PvP one, and we're going to say go, and we're going to start the cross-server transfer, and we can go over to the PvP realm. But the servers are going to shut down very, very soon. We're actually 2 minutes past the server shutdown time, so I wouldn't be surprised if they just disconnect on us. But I showed you everything I wanted to show you. That was the final thing I really wanted to show you before we go anywhere. So now I'm actually on that realm. I can choose to spawn. Let's go to the Northern Mountains. That is blinding. But eventually you'll spawn in like that, and this is now a PvP realm. I have nothing because I gotta build my relay stuff, so I do have to claim that from the relay post later. And if you don't have one, you can't get back. You can't go back to the other server. So you'd have to set up like an outpost out here and be able to transfer back. But land's beautiful, right? Let's go over the things that I am less than happy about with the game. I'm going to start off with the simple one. If you guys ever played like any survival game or any DayZ type of thing, whatever, you've always seen this, right? Where you turn off your grass, and look how easy it is to see the sticks and potentially the enemies. If I'm crouched over here, and let's say that boar is an enemy player. That's an enemy player, right? One more time before we change the settings. We can see him right now, right? Obviously he's moving. We can see him pretty clearly. Let's put on the grass. We'll put that on ultra. We'll confirm. We can't see him anymore, and it's very difficult to see the branches. Well, a heck of a lot more difficult. And there you go. You see him. Actually, where the heck did he go? Oh, nope, nope. Now it's a rock. Oh, he's laying down. I was like, yo, is my eyes playing tricks on me? He's laying down right there. It's not a rock. It's actually just him laying down. All right. I was like, God. This will be embarrassing to have it on video. I got tricked into thinking a rock was a boar. All right. So that's one thing I don't like is disabling the grass gives you an absolute advantage, which is a shame because I think it looks really nice the way it like sways in the wind and the wind speed can pick up in the game. So it gets like this. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. This nice wave, like the fields of Mongolia type of, you know, you ever see that? It looks beautiful. But you're not allowed to have that if you want to play competitive, so that's how I have to play. Small little bummer. Let's get into the more serious stuff. Things gonna get a lot more serious. The Zerg of the game. I'm looking over because I wrote a lot of stuff down that I really want to make sure I hit. The Zerg of the game. Remember when I told you that it takes 2 players like literally 40 to 50 hours to level a guild to level 2? You can maybe do it in 30. If you're like, let's focus on this, let's make it happen, let's level as quickly as possible, rather than explore the game. Like if you got in knowing the game, I might even be able to do it a little bit faster than 30. Because you know the game, you know how you're going to level, you know your best way to level, you can go super fast. And as you level your character, your guild also gets that activity experience that you can then spend to level up your guild. Like I can spend this 49,000 to level up the guild now, or we can unlock more recipes for the guild. Love the guild system, really cool. However, it supports Zergs like crazy. Level 1 guild, 20 members max right now. They're saying they're going to make it between 200 and 250 is going to be the max guild size. And as you level, that guild size increases. So, start off with 20 right now for the test, and then level 2, I'm already 25. But I imagine it's starting around 50, maybe 100 when the game first starts. It supports Zerging so much in this game that this... I'm going to go on record and say this. This will be the most Zerged survival MMO of all time. Forget your Ark, which in my opinion isn't even really an MMO, but like I was going to say Life is Feudal, but I'd rather talk about Last Oasis. I personally didn't like Last Oasis. It's not my style. With the steampunk and the hook shots and stuff. I like more medieval stuff like this. But in Last Oasis, the game, yeah, was it Zergy? Sure, yeah. But this game has like additional features that just kind of support that. With the guild leveling and stuff and the crazy amount of stuff you can get from the guild. Like I showed you before, when you level your guild, I think the guild system, the guild skills, that's cool. But you might get in there and everyone in this guild has 20% more health and 20% more damage and they're tankier and they have better armor, more durability on their stuff. So increased two-handed weapon attack power. Heavy armor is more defensive for them. And you're just like, what the hell? We're wearing the same stuff, but he's so much stronger than me. His guild might be like a Zerg guild that is just such a high level that they leveled everything like crazy. So you need a very, very, very large guild to be competitive in this game. Orenthul's recruiting, and we are already quite large. Hit us up. Guild sites below. Join us. We'd love to have you with us. But you do need a lot of active players. And another reason for that is you need 24/7 protection in this game. You need round-the-clock protection, round-the-clock watching. We're used to doing that and sending out alerts to wake people up in the middle of the night when world bosses spawn in Classic WoW. You know, whatever it may be. You kind of need that system here. Maybe send out a Discord alert. Hey, there's 10 people attacking our houses and stuff. Can you guys log on? Log on, fight them off, steal their stuff if you win. Otherwise, they'll break all your stuff, steal all your crap. You'll come in the next day and all your stuff's gone. That's the nature of these games. I understand that. But that doesn't change the fact that the more people you have, the more likely you are to have the protection when you need it most, right? Or you're going to have eyes on your base at all times. If you have a 100-person guild, is it more likely to have a person online watching the base in a 100-person guild or a 10-person guild, you know? So you do need 24/7 protection. There's no friendly fire on PvP servers right now, so I could be swinging. We could be in like a large fight, and everyone's shoulder to shoulder, and I'm just swinging like this, just chipping away at the enemies, hitting my teammates. Like I don't care. I don't do friendly fire damage. But in reality, I should be swinging more like this. You know, like you want to control your swings and make sure you're swinging at the enemy. It got a little hazy because my stamina went real low. If you're wondering what the heck just happened, but my food is also going to get real low and I'm going to die. But you should be a lot more controlled on your swings. But when you're a Zerg and you're all swinging like crazy, you don't really care. It don't matter, right? Because there's no friendly fire. So that I also think supports the Zerg life. The city. Remember I showed you guys that city? That big one? You could take that thing quite easily with a Zerg. You could take that almost day 1 or 2 with a Zerg. You can just go flying in there and take this thing. I'm going to eat some locust. My toxicity is going to go up, but I got to eat before I die. And then I said, you know, like I said before, the high level guild equals higher level or stronger players, right? They're just infinitely stronger than, and infinitely stronger. It's very, very impactful on how strong this player is going to be. Moving on from the Zerg type stuff, the day-night cycle, I don't really like it. I think it's just dark so often. It's not that it's too dark, but the game is so nice when it's light out, right? I would almost be more for darker nights, like really dark. Like if people waited to attack your base at night, it would actually give them a really good advantage because maybe your base is not well lit and they're coming in at night and it's hard to see them, and that's an advantage that they will now have because they were smart enough to use night. But night, I'll use real life hours. If it's daylight for 3 hours, it should be night for an hour. You know, like that's realism. I know it's not realistic, but I always say like never choose realism if it negatively impacts gameplay. There goes the servers. Just kicked us off. I'm glad I got everything there. Before we go anywhere else, I'm just going to finish this real quick on my stuff I don't really like. The fastest way to level your character and get towards the higher end stuff, like get to that iron weapons, the stuff you saw me wearing, the heavy armor and stuff, the fastest way to do that is crafting. It's not killing or anything. Normally you think, oh, the more I kill, the more experience I'm going to get. Craft away, buddy. Craft 10,000 wooden ceilings, and then you're done with that. Throw them out. You don't even need them. Forget it. Throw it out. Build 5 forges. You only need 1. Build 5 of them because they give great experience. Like, that doesn't feel good to me. That the fastest way to level is crafting. I like killing. You know, I always think like killing equals experience. You know, that's my thing. And then the combat. The combat feels like a cheap Mountain Blade, and I get it. Mountain Blade's a single player game. Maybe it's a co-op game one day with mods or something. Fingers crossed. Well, it does have multiplayer combat, multiplayer versus, but it's not an MMO, right? The combat feels like a really cheap Mountain Blade. I wish it was more fluid almost. And then when you're picking your directions to swing from, there's left, right, up, down, and then diagonals as well. There's the diagonal directions. And one of the problems is like as you go to swing left, it'll just pick the diagonal direction because it's like, screw it. It's just not very solid. It doesn't pick the actual direction you're really trying to go for, like literally half the time. Half the time it'll swing at like a diagonal angle. And I almost think it's unnecessary to have the diagonal angles. I think it's just unnecessary because the combat's crazy enough with the mounted and the speed of the combat that players can do with one-handed weapons and stuff, that I don't think the diagonal adds much. It's also very difficult to see how players are attacking in what direction, because if you're using a spear, the character has the same exact animation as a straight thrust. Like if you attack down, they'll thrust. When you attack left, they'll thrust in the same exact animation. Right? Same exact. Up, same exact animation. Everything. Like it all looks exactly the same for the spear thrusts, so it's difficult to block. And people are like, oh, if you block any direction, it'll block the spear regardless. That's not what I was seeing, and it might be because of the server lag and stuff, but the combat does not feel great. My favorite, like, medieval. My favorite medieval type of game ever was War of the Roses, which a lot of you guys probably haven't heard of it. Look it up. The servers are no longer up, unfortunately. I would love to buy the rights to that game and put them back up. Maybe one day, who knows. War of the Roses. Loved it. Fluid combat. And one of the things it did is it showed you the enemy indicator of the direction they were attacking from, and it worked quite well. I know some people might think, oh, that's baby mode. It works. It works a lot, especially when it's hard to tell which direction enemies are attacking from, especially when the animations just don't really look like it. If I go to attack from the bottom left, it almost looks like a left, even with a sword. And you could tell when he swings that it's at an angle or directly from the left. You can tell, but by then it's too late. It's like you need to see it in his hands, how he's holding it, how he's going to swing, right? And they can swap like that before swinging. They can go like this and change their swing direction and then finally swing through. And it gets a little crazy, and people are like, oh, that's their skill to that. No, there isn't. There isn't, because most players are lucking out. And by that I mean, if someone's doing like this and they're swinging, if you successfully block that, most of the time that's luck. For real. And I don't mean shield block. I should be saying parry. If you successfully parry it by blocking in the direction of the attack, it's mostly luck a lot of times, because the enemies just do that. Like, players just swing like mad. An indicator would help add more skill to this, because you could actually see where the swing's coming from and what it looks like. And look up War of the Roses gameplay if you ever get the time. I would love to see that. And then mounted combat feels horrible. I didn't want to say it in the moment because that wasn't the part of the video. But if you look back at that mounted combat portion of the video, it's bad. And you can get pole arms and stuff that are a little bit better while mounted. They're still horrible. I'm telling you, it is not fun. It doesn't feel good. You're almost better off getting off the damn mount every time and just being like, all right, I'm going to get off the mount and just beat this guy. And I'm talking from a PvE aspect. From PvP, same thing. The combat's still horrible, but you don't want to dismount in PvP, because if they're mounted, they'll leave. They'll be like, all right, I'm going to head off then. This guy's on foot. They'll just leave. Hopefully you can, archer them or crossbow them down before they get a chance, but not always. Before we close out, I need a drink bad. So, last thing. This is a little bit less about the game, but more about how the test was handled. So, I'm going to show you guys something real quick. Myth of Empires, they originally sent out keys randomly. I was lucky enough to get a key. I'm thankful for that, so please don't think I'm ungrateful or something, right? I'm thankful for the key, I really am. But I'm speaking out for you guys that didn't get keys. I'm gonna be the guy that bites the bullet. Maybe the developers, if you're watching this video, don't take this the wrong way. Maybe you guys don't give me a key just because of what I'm about to say for the next test. And if that's what you guys want to do, that's okay. I'm willing to speak my mind at the risk of losing out on future tests, because I believe it's the right thing to do. For you guys that didn't get a key, this part's for you. Ready? They originally stated they were giving out keys completely randomly. Before I show this, I want to look. So they originally said they were sending out keys randomly to be fair to everyone. And you know what? Awesome. I agree with that. I agree with that statement. That's what they should do. But the problem became when you looked in the list, you can see that there's people in the game that are part of a guild, certain guilds. And this is not a shot at any guild, because it's no guild's fault, it's no player's fault. I gotta fault Myth of Empires team for this one a little bit, their community team. Sorry, guys. There are guilds that had day one over 15 guild members in the test. And that might sound, oh, that's a whole bunch of nothing. I'm telling you right now, day one, oh, I'm looking at the wrong test, I'm sorry. I mean the wrong channel. You could see who had keys because they were invited into the Alpha General channel, right? And you could see all these players, and you could see some guilds had like 15, 20 members in the test right from day one. And you're like, well, that's okay. Then you get in the game and realize how guild-oriented this game is. and you see how it's a problem. So they claimed that they were sending out the keys completely randomly. That's a lie. That did not happen. And you know what? I was one of the exceptions. They chose me specifically because they were like, oh, you know, content creator, he's going to make videos. And I am. I'm living up to my word there. I'm going to make videos. Obviously, I'm making a video here. I really like Myth of Empires. I think it's going to be a cool game. But I do got to speak out here. I understand that some people, some content creators get some additional keys. Like I said, my words here might screw me out of future keys. If that's what happens, that's what happens. But they definitely chose players and specific guilds to get a large amount of keys. Now, you might argue, well, this is only a test. Who cares if some guilds are more successful during the test? Yes, who cares? But they could experience the entire test. I'm talking sieges, building catapults, getting to the PvP servers immediately, and claiming the cities for their own guilds. Cool, and that's what they should do. You know, they're strong enough to do it. You know, props to you. Definitely do that. But they did this, and they had a massive advantage. They had a massive advantage right off the bat. While some guilds only got 1 or 2 keys, other guilds got a ton. And a lot of people were complaining about that, and I just don't think that's fair. I don't think that's right to do that to people, because there are people in this Discord server for so long waiting to support this game and show that they really want to be a part of this, and they didn't get keys. And now I'm leading you to my next and final invite alpha key problem here. Might sound like I'm whining and complaining even though I got in, but I'm telling you, I got a point here I'm getting to. You got to hear me out. Please, before you tell me I'm a baby, hear me out here. They did this event. They did an event here. I'm going to read this out to you. We'll be giving away additional keys for the last few days of the test. To give them away, we'll be holding an invite leaderboard event lasting until 4/21. Create one invite to this Discord server and share it with your friends or social media, etc. When the event ends, we will rank members based on the number of valid invites that resulted from their invite links. We will then distribute the batches of keys via DM upon each member's ranking on the invite leaderboard. Winners will be free to share the keys they receive with whomever they want. Everyone can participate, even members who already have keys. Keys that are not claimed within 12 hours of being invalidated. Note, to qualify, your invite link must generate at least 2 valid invites. Valid invites excludes fake invites, which is brand new Discord accounts. I agree with that, fine. And left invites, which is members of the Myth of Empire server who left and rejoined through the new link. Okay. So there are guilds, like mine, for instance. We had over like 100 people join the Myth of Empire's Discord weeks before the test. And there's guilds that were there way before us, months before us, saying, hey, you know, we're really excited for Myth of Empires. We're going to get our guild in there. And then they didn't even get any keys. They didn't get any keys, or they got like 1 key. 1 key, 2 keys. So the guilds that were like, hey, we're super excited, let's all get in this Myth of Empires Discord and show support for them, they got shafted. Because there's guilds with like 200 people, and I was talking to them, and they got 2 keys. They got 1 key. They ended up getting a second one to get a second guild member in. My case was two guild members. I ended up getting 2 additional keys, but the test was pretty much over by the time they gave these keys out, so no one even used them. The test was like over. And the damage was already done. The game was pretty much unplayable. This is a really crappy thing to do. There were people in this Discord well before me that didn't get a key. And then they pull this stuff. They pull this crap, which I really didn't like, because they literally said, hey, you guys that have supported us from the beginning, that have been in this Discord, you don't even count. You don't even count if you take the invite to come in here. You don't even count. So if your guild wants to work together, you are a 200-member guild that wants to come to Myth of Empires and support us, 200 of you, and you've been in the Discord for a year, you might have won 15 keys from that. But you know what? You get 0 now because you've already supported us. That's a really crummy way to do that. That's not right, and I don't like this. And now you know why I'm saying I might not get a key in the future because of this. But I like to be honest. I like to speak my mind. And I'm hoping that Myth of Empires community managers, developers, whoever decided on this, hear me out, dude. You can do better. You can do better for your community. They would appreciate it more. And this just looks like a social media spammy way to get artificially inflate your Discord numbers, which is what it was. It's you might hate on the word artificial, but that's what it was. It's people that didn't want to join your Discord server in the first place that are now like joining to help like get more keys for their guilds and stuff. Like, it's artificial. It's people that did not make the choice to go there without incentive, right? And the people without incentive that joined a year ago didn't even get a key. They got shafted. I don't think it's right. I didn't like that happened. I hope you guys do better next time. I think that's just a really Facebook, Instagram-esque, I'll vote this 1,000 times and we'll, you know, like that. That's kind of what it felt like. And I don't know. Once I get 1,000 likes, I'll give away 5 Myth of Empires keys. You know, it felt really crummy. Yeah, I didn't like that. But overall, that was just about how the test was handled. And they gave keys out, those keys from that event, like 2 days before the test ended. This is a 7-day test. The damage is well done by then. It's gone. It's done. It's damaged, right? So I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you learned a lot about Myth of Empires, the good, what I personally don't like. Maybe you guys disagree. And if you do disagree, I'd love to hear it in the comments. I'm happy to talk. If you have any questions about Myth of Empire you think I missed in this video, I'm happy to answer them. Just let me know. I'll answer anything I can about Myth of Empires or anything else, even about our guild. Our guild, MMO Guild, we've been an MMO Guild for 15 years. We're going to plenty of MMOs. Myth of Empires is going to be one of them. We're also looking at Elyon? E-L-Y-O-N? I don't know. I don't know how to pronuncialize it. But if you're looking for a guild, hit me up. Always happy to meet some new people, chat, and hopefully you're a good fit, and we kill some people together in future MMOs. But thank you very much for watching, and if you do feel that I've earned your sub, and you want to see more MMO content, even more Myth of Empires combat content, please throw us a sub, like, all that good stuff. Hopefully I earned that by the end of this video, because this was a very long one, and I need to go drink like an entire gallon of water after this. So thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video, and I will destroy my voice in the next line. Skiddat!